So first off, I want to point out that I love the Star Wars universe. It's the series that got me into sci-fi, and although I have watched and enjoyed many good sci-fi series like Babylon 5, the Star Wars universe continues to give more and more. Sadly though, I feel that the direction it's going in at the moment is a direction that most fans don't appreciate. Star Wars games, movies and books have gradually gone down in quality, and although non-fans are starting to realise this trend may not be for the better, I feel as though it's here to stay. So instead of paying for the next disappointing game or movie, I recommend that you put your money to a game that deserves every penny, and that game is Star Wars Empire at War Gold Pack. Well, where should I begin? Command or corrupt an entire galaxy in the definitive Star Wars strategy collection. It is a time of galactic civil war. Will you take up the reins of the rebellion, assume control of the Empire, or rule the Star Wars underworld? There are two parts to this game, Empire at War and Forces of Corruption. Empire at War takes place before the events of A New Hope, where you take command of the Empire, who is trying to construct the ultimate weapon, the Death Star, while also quelling the rebellion and crushing pirate factions. Or take command of the rebellion and use your ragtag fleets to undermine the Empire and find out what the secret weapon is that the Empire is constructing. Forces of Corruption take place after A New Hope, where you are Tiber, the leader of a criminal empire whose goal it is to take over the galactic underworld, fighting both the rebellion and the Empire. So it's probably best that I break this down. The campaign is very straightforward. Following a basic storyline, you are put in command of several planets at the start, with control of both land and space installations that allow you to construct armies and build fleets, as well as bring storyline characters and officers to give your army or fleet that extra power. When you attack another planet, it usually takes two stages. The first stage being a space invasion, where you take command of your fleet in a real battle above the planet, where you must destroy all of the enemy's satellites and forces. Then the second stage consists of a ground assault, where you must destroy all the enemy bases and kill all enemy units. You can increase your firepower by researching new levels of technology that provide more powerful units and buildings for both offensive and defensive campaigns. And as you progress through the campaign story, you can access more planets that act as side missions and opportunities to expand your territory, as well as to ensure that the campaign will not be so straightforward, as the enemy will counterattack every now and again. This is also divided with in-game cutscenes, as well as briefings from different in-game and in-movie characters like Vader and Emperor Palpatine. Each faction has a specific trait, as well as ranging for types of units, their strengths, to special characters that allow you to scout the enemy and even sabotage enemy buildings. Even a corruption system for the Zaan Consortium that allow you to profit from the corruption of other worlds without actually needing to take them over. Overall, the campaign is very straightforward and does a great job at introducing the new player to different units. The AI is not particularly advanced, mostly winning battles by throwing waves of troops at you, or attacking one of your worlds when there's practically no units or defences. A lot of dogfights are determined by strength in numbers, and the AI responds painfully slowly to obvious threats like flanking manoeuvres. This occurs both on the ground and in space, though the AI will eventually become more and more violent as you progress through the campaigns, skirmishes and galactic conquests. The graphics are pretty good despite how long ago the game was made. Dead bodies of the enemy will remain lying on the ground for extended periods of time, as well as debris of destroyed vessels will slowly disappear in space battles. Most rigs today will be able to run this program at its highest graphical settings, but a word of warning, increasing the unit's sort of capacity limit in the game can increase the chances of lag, and mods can have more demanding graphics, so it's not always smooth. Overall, I'd say the game has not aged too badly, and the ship models and designs are excellent, with dreadnoughts in all factions looking especially good, like the Super Star Destroyer and Admiral Akbar's flagship. Multiplayer still works, with Skirmish and Galactic Conquest still available, which is a more enjoyable campaign experience as your opponent can actually think independently, though you will need to double check how good your broadband is to see that you can host a game. But overall, if you really want a proper challenge, then multiplayer is going to have to be your choice in this game. As if there isn't enough on offer, there is a large modding community available, offering many more hours of content with different mods that convert simple graphics or even whole game overall conversions with entirely different campaigns and maps. I especially like the Republic at War mod and the conversion mod that places you in command in the Clone Wars, and Thrawn's Revenge, which takes place far after the events of Return of the Jedi. These mods are usually quite good and offer new characters and strategies to look at, though the AI still continues to not be very intelligent. Also, certain mods can be prone to crashing and can actually corrupt certain save files, so you're going to have to be quite wary around how many mods you're trying out. This game has always been a favourite of mine to go back to, as it does remind me, despite recent shitty games and movies, that the Star Wars universe can still deliver a good game with potentially hundreds of hours of gameplay. Because of this, I'm giving this game a 9 out of 10. It's worth every penny, and my advice for you is to buy this game now. Like and subscribe for more. Any other games you want me to review, place the name and the platform in the comment section, and I will try to review it.